Life is an open world RPG. Life is a video game. And a lot of people don't think like that. I think a lot of people aren't in this mindset where they're treating life like a game. People take life too seriously. I know that's cliche to say, but it's cliche because it's true. I think once you realize that life is an open world RPG, once you realize life is a video game, everything starts to make sense. For example, when you go about your day-to-day life, you'll have a shield around you. You'll have this kind of protection bubble because you know that nothing's serious anymore. And you start to actually live life and enjoy life. And you see it as freedom, you know? It's your character. You can do whatever you want to do. And once you start seeing life like that, you'll start leveling up. And a lot of people are at level 1 right now. A lot of people aren't in this mindset. And when you get into this mindset and start seeing the world for how it is, you only want to level up. Because what do you do in video games? You level up. You're trying your hardest to beat the game and level up your character and max out your fucking character. But why don't you treat life like that? Why are you playing a video game to max out your character when you're fucking level 1 in real life? Like, what are you doing? Go level up yourself. There's no point in sitting at a computer for that long to level up some pixels on a screen when you're fat as fuck, when you are sitting there eating Twinkies. And like, I don't get it. I really don't understand how people are like this. And I think it's because they know this. They know this fact subconsciously. A lot of people know this subconsciously. They don't want to admit it to themselves because then they know they'll have to take action. And it's too much for some people. And it's unfortunate how much weakness has grown in our society. We used to be actually a people with a spine. We used to be a strong culture and society. And now we just let things slide that would not have slid 50 years ago, 100 years ago. And it's not okay. And I think the only answer to that is leveling yourself up. Because if you're not leveled up enough to take life on, then you're gonna end up like those same people. It takes a lot of time too. It takes time to put things into what you want to be, right? It takes a lot of hours. It takes a lot of mental energy. It takes a lot of physical energy to create the character that you want. And I think a lot of people are used to video games where you get an instant level up. It takes 10 minutes and then boom, you're fucking level 5 already. An hour, you're level 50. And that's not how life is. People want to get that dopamine hit super fast. They don't want to wait. They don't want to wait and level up their mana, their chi energy. And that's another thing too. When you're on the path of semen retention and your third eye starts to open, once the once it starts to rise up your spine, your third eye will literally open. And your third eye is how you see the metaphysical world. I noticed since I've been on this path that my intuition is extremely increased. My ability to kind of sense things and see through people, like see people's real intentions and see people's aura, honestly. Like I can like almost look through their physical body and like feel their aura, or sometimes it'll show up as like a color. And that's what happens, because your third eye is it's another eye. It's another way of seeing the world. You have your two eyes, you know, you can see the physical. And once you retain for long enough, you will open your third eye. And that's what the spiritual path is. That's what leveling up in the game is all about, is increasing your mana, is increasing your chi. It's like a little fucking power bar, and you just have to increase it. You know, there's a few different areas of life as well that are like a video game. Is your character, your physical body, is your vessel that inhabits your spirit inhabits your vessel. And if you have a weak vessel, then you're gonna have a weak spirit as well. That's just a fact, you know. And as well as the mind too, because if you don't have a strong mind, you won't be able to discipline yourself, you know. I think also, to give a little leeway to the people that I'm kind of shitting on right now, they don't have their discipline level high enough to even start. And so they're kind of just stuck when, you know, they could start, obviously. But it's like, it's a matter of fact is that they don't have enough discipline leveled up to even start on the path. And another thing that is very important is that everyone has a different character, you know, and you have to find your character. You have to figure out who you are, because you came to this world. It was a conscious choice, and you made that choice to enter into this physical plane. A lot of people will say that, I hear this a lot. People are like, I didn't choose to be here, or they'll tell their parents, I didn't choose to be born. That's not fucking true. Every single person here chose to incarnate into this reality. And people don't want to admit that, because they know it's true, because then they actually have to take responsibility for their life. And if it was true, then there's actually meaning to this world. And they don't want meaning to this world. They just want to rot away. And they want to be comforted in their vices and pleasures and distractions, because they know this path is too hard. And it's the real truth. The truth of life. And they don't want to walk the truth. Too many people want to run away from the truth. So you have to find your character in order to embrace that. And it's a long process as well. Finding your character is extremely hard. Knowing who you are. And you have a set amount of skill points as well. Like, for example, I'm not good at math, and that's fine. I accept that, and that is inherent. And a lot of what I'm talking about too is genetics. People have inherently natural abilities that they can level up faster than other abilities. Like, for example, I'm extremely good at history. My brain just works for history. I can memorize the events. I can memorize the dates, the people, the time, what happened very well. It's just my brain is built to, the structure is built to absorb that very well. But for other topics like math, I'm just not, my brain just isn't structured for that. And you know, for another character, for another person, it might be that way. You know, it might be that you can level up math very quickly. And this goes for every other kind of skill. And that's another thing, you have to build your skill tree on this journey. And you know, in video games, you're treating it like trying to level up every skill tree. You need to level up your skill tree in real life, because everyone has a skill tree. You all have a skill tree that you need to level up. And part of finding your character is finding your skills, finding what you're good at in life, which can lead you to the path that you're meant to be on, what you're meant to do in life. I think a belief that I hold very true is that everything happens for a reason. One of the hermetic laws of the universe is that there has to be an action for every reaction, I think is how it goes. Also in physics, you know that energy can only be transferred. So, if that is true, then everything must happen for a reason. Everything must come back. It's all a circle. It comes around to you. So whatever you put into this reality, you'll receive. So if you're just, you know, fucking off and not doing anything, you're gonna receive that reality back. And once you realize everything is about energy and flow and chi, prana, vril, you're gonna unlock a new level of understanding, you know, and you'll be able to see into the reality of this world, is that everything is just energy that can be created or destroyed. And when you realize that, you can be the master of your own energy. And becoming the master of your own energy is mastery. That sounds kind of, that sounded not right. I'm still like trying to figure out how to voice my thoughts, because I have so many ideas and thoughts that I want to share with you guys. I want to share with the world, and I'm still working on vocalizing them and structuring my phrases and what I say. But the goal of the video game of life is to have self-mastery, because if you don't have self-mastery, then you can't play the game. You can't play it. And that's the problem with these people. Depleted fucks, as some would like to say. They don't have control over their character. That's the thing in a video game. The second you spawn in, you can move your character wherever, you can level up your character wherever, you can change your character. You're kind of hard set in this reality, in this game. And a lot of people are unconscious as well. When you're depleted, when you have leveled down your discipline, you aren't conscious. You're not really aware of the reality that you could be living. You know, you're stuck in your little bubble of pleasure. You're stuck in your little bubble of, you're being controlled, you know. I think also that there's entities in the astral plane and in the spiritual metaphysical plane that can harvest your energy, and they will try and latch onto you, because that's how they thrive, that's how they survive, is they need energy, because they don't produce energy themselves, so they have to suck it from other people. They have to take it from other people. That makes me think about another thought that I was going to talk about on the fact that everyone has their own character, is that you also have your own caste. You also have your own class that you need to figure out. Just like in a video game, video games, role-playing games have a lot of esoteric knowledge, in the sense that it transfers over to real life. For example, I'm a warrior priest. That's my class. I'm not just spiritual. I'm not just practicing meditation only. I also live the disciplined life of the sun and steel, of forging the physical body, you know? And you could be either or as well. There's tons of classes, there's tons of castes that you might fall into. You might fall into the warrior caste, where you're not really on a spiritual path, but you're on a physical path, of mastering the physical self. And that can lead, you can upgrade your class as well. If you level up high enough, you can upgrade, just like in a video game. Humans created video games, and they are an inversion of reality. They are our reality condensed into something that we can play. There's so much, like I said, there's so much esoteric knowledge inside of the video game, because it was subconsciously transmutated into that. Our reality was transmuted into the digital, because people want to play a watered down version of the reality. They don't want to. The reason why people fucking play video games in the first place is to experience reality watered down, you know? And the cool parts of video games, like magic and skill trees, and weapons and fighting, those are all attributes of our real physical reality that are condensed, and they are made different. They are made more, I'm not sure the word. I hope you understand what I'm meaning. But like I said, I'm still not the best at articulating my thoughts yet. Another thing that is important to realize is that this reality, you can level down as well. In a video game, you can only level up, typically. You can only really level up your character, and you can't level down in video games. But the problem is, in our reality, is that if you're not constantly trying to level up your character, if you're not constantly putting energy and effort into your physical and metaphysical body, you're gonna level the fuck down. You're gonna level down majorly. You know? If you just sit around all day and eat food, you're gonna get fat. Your physical is gonna get taxed, and you just gotta be on top of it. You just gotta be constantly trying to level up. When you become in this mindset, when you get into this mindset that everything is an RPG, that everything is an open world video game, you will prioritize your character. Another point I'd like to make is that there are lots of classes and castes. There's, spellcasters, there's sorcerers, there's warriors, there's priests, there's everything. There is castes and classes that are negative as well. And like I talked about the astral entities trying to feed off your energy, there are people who will try and feed off your energy as well. There are energy vampires out there who, they are so depleted and they are so leveled down that they realized that they're not going to level themselves up, so they're going to steal your energy. And that's their entire build. That's their entire character, is just trying to take your energy. And they're trying to take your mana. It's literally like they're taxing you. They're literally taxing you of your spiritual energy, the energy that you've built up over this amount of time that you've been leveling up. You have to be very aware of these people. And when you're depleted and when you're not on this path, when you're not viewing the world like this, when you're not viewing the world like you're in a fucking video game, you're not going to see these people. And they're going to take your energy. They're going to tax you heavily. And that's the superpower of seeing the world like this, is that you see everything for what it really is. You know? It's almost like I see the stats on every item. I don't have an item with me right now, but if I take this leaf, for example, this is just like debris, you know? And it has a weight to it. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but if you like hover over an item in a video game, it shows all the stats of it. It shows like the weight, the item name, and you can kind of see that in your reality. When you start to retain for long enough, everything seems like a video game item. And you also become more in tune with your character. Like I said, you get in tune with the energy points of your body. And that's another thing. This reality is way fucking cooler than any video game that was ever created. It is the most fun. There's infinite things to do. It's an infinite world. There's an infinite map. It's not infinite, but it's pretty fucking large. You have the entire world. There's the entire world to explore. You know, imagine they made a fucking video game of the entire world. Every motherfucker would be playing that. Everyone would be trying to hop on that and explore the whole map. It's right in front of your face. Just go outside. It's right here. People don't see that. I don't understand. I just really don't understand how people can not realize that this world is the ultimate video game. It's the ultimate plane. We're also on Nightmare Hardcore Death Mode. So it's gonna be pretty hard. We are in the Kali Yuga though. And we were sent here because we are the elite warriors. We are the elite warriors who were sent here to push back on the darkness. Because like every video game, this world has a plot as well. There's a plot to this world. There's a overarching story. And that story is order versus chaos, light versus darkness, yin and yang, whatever you want to call it. And the dark forces in the world are so prevalent in this age. And like in history, like how our ancestors would have thought about it, is that we are living in cycles. Everything goes in a cycle, right? Right now we're in a dark age. We're in the Kali Yuga, we're in the Wolf Age. And that's just the reality that we're in. And we have to accept that. A lot of people will go and take their lives because they can't accept that reality of how fucked up the world is, of how dark it is. And it's like, well, you gave up. You chose to be here. You just quit the game. I don't understand why you would quit the game early. Because you're not going to get the benefits. Our ancestors knew that once you died, that you get to go to the real reality. You get to go to the afterlife, which is the true reality. This is just a little playground. This is just a little physical playground. And you're here now and you still have contact to that afterlife. You still have contact to that other reality. It's inside. That contact is inside, and you can still reach that and connect with that other reality, with that metaphysical plane. It's all there. But too many people are stuck in this physical little playground here. Not a lot of people know this or even think about this. I think if they did, we just have a bunch of super soldiers running around. I think people would just realize, like, oh shit, I can level my character up to be max stats. I can level up my character to be a certain build. And like when I go to the gym, I can feel my XP. my experience points just increasing. So level up. Go level up your character today. Do something to increase your experience points. Do something to boost your skill tree. And realize that this world is just a little playground. It's just a little video game. And treat it like that. Realize who your character is. Realize who you are. And level the fuck up.